Taking a deep breath in, breathing in the light of love in a pink and aqua tone. As it moves through the body, as the double helix DNA strand propelled, oscillating, delicately spinning, through the very fabric of time-space, through the atomic structure of your being. Go ahead and release the breath, allowing that spin to move a little bit faster. As we see the strands fill with the magenta and the blue sapphire, joining through the stairway that climbs through the strands. Bridging into a healthy purple amethyst sine wave, bridging forth into the mental body, connecting into the Sagittarian energies of the centaur. So we see the arrow shoot across the sky through the primordial black, releasing a trail of diamond dust off the tail end of the arrow. Aligning into the fractal structure, composite of the Vitruvian man. Receiving nourishment from the diamonds, from the white purification. As we open through the wheel of time, the DNA strand sits within the central point of the wheel. The pink and blue, diamond dust white running through the spokes of the wheel as we begin to spin the structure in its organic form, releasing from it the karma. Karma, visual of the black tar, releasing from the base of the wheel. Nakiras nos no otopoia atiaras no shekiem, terasnes ni itiataras na asayakia auto otopo hokotaras na shetie. Nakiras nos no otayam na at. Tahira shisia mi ati pahuto po oyana akia hotrasness na otopia auto oyana kia. Negirasness na toporos na topo oyana yo to oros na topo okhoto otaria tarasnas na atiam. Tahirasness ni etipia hokoto otopo otiarasnas na atiash na otie kieresness ni etipiatra. Sagirasness ni ayam ya atapa hotoi soch koto oyana ishia kiam na atapa oya ta hoch koto os nos na atipa hatiane. Shithkia han on yam na atabayana an sach kitterschnis ni tipiatras nas no utopoi sa otosh. Breathing deep as the wheel spins. Releasing, we open up to the Sphinx, base point, pyramid. And as we stand before, the eyes of the Sphinx glaze over our being. And as we look into the eyes, a transference begins of the emerald. Emerald vortex spinning through the man, through the structure into the sands of time beneath your feet. We continue through the journey. As the foot of the Sphinx begins to lower, releasing the mouth, revealing the doorway. Nikieras nas natapoyana am namashmate parahian. As we take the first step into the mouth of the Sphinx, we walk through the static, through the electromagnetic fields, releasing density of the body, releasing the weight of the day, and as we move forwards, bodies becoming lighter, vibration rising, integrating states of love through the cellular memory, releasing off the grey tones, releasing persecution, releasing intrepidation, releasing impingement from the spine, from the back, from the shoulders and the neck. Take a moment to absorb the air in your surroundings. Is it humid? Is it cold? Does it feel familiar to be in this space? As we continue to move further into the Sphinx, so we're coming to a staircase, a spiral square staircase, taking us deeper, taking us further into the earth. Beneath the suns of time. Dimly lit on the walls with torches of golden fire. And as you look across the walls, etched in, you can see the hieroglyphics so carefully etched, carved into the walls, the decoration, the messages of our history. Climbing down further, deeper, where we reach the floor. To the central point. The light shining down upon a book. This book sits on its own, holding sacred information. The Book of Time. And as you come towards the book, you can take a look over the pages, feel the energy. as you open forth through the quadrant, overlaying hands upon the sacred text. The opening forth of the key codes, transference of the prophecy, deliverance of the Christed. And as we stand before this book, transferring the key codes, cylinders of golden frequency surround you as the gold begins to run through your body, around you, and within the waterfall of light. The stories of times past sit within the reflections of the light, like you are watching a movie. Releasing the false history from the subconscious of the collective's field. Through the fabrication of time-space, the gold begins to weave into each layer of tapestry tainted with misinformation, anchoring through key-coded in the highest source truth of our inception and of our origins. As this builds forth into the foundations of the platform of the collective. Through the cellular system. Nakiras natboyana amnamahayane, Shakiras natboy, Such kutaayane, Tashneris nisni itipiaras nasna atapayanam, Saktoras nosna utapoch kotatayana ash, Shataras nisnitia, Sahiris nisnitia shnasna atapoy, Sa amnamahayane ikya. Transference into the heart. The diamond heart of one. Activated through the key code, we bridge forth the new architecture beginning to reveal as the truth plateaus through the collective, through our own resonance, and opening through our own scopes as we receive deliverance of prophecy and deliverance of truth through the eye of Horus, activated through an open heart, can begin to breathe in love and anchor the visual through the solar plex. And into the pineal gland, the crescent moon. As we update field, point reference, and localized grids. Okay, I'm seeing a being with a goat's head skull for a head. Very tall. Cannot harm you. Body made out of wood. The horns, the antlers are made out of wood also. We're going to go ahead and seal this being in a sphere of gold. And bring in the symbol of the fleur-de-lis in gold through the back of the heart of yourself. Feel that expansion with your next breath. And a cylinder of blue and white celestite color running through that sphere as the hooks the cords, the energetic transference begins to break off. Go ahead and scan your body, starting at the feet, up the ankles, the calves, the knees, thighs, hips, abdomen, solar plex, lungs, arms, hands, neck, head, crown, release. And the being begin to departicularize. And move upward towards the light, towards the mandala of white, to the 0 point. Okay. Streaming through the emerald, through the heart, gold through the crown. Let's go ahead and bring ourselves back into the sands of time, outside of the Sphinx. Where we stream through the lotus on top of the pyramid, the violet light into the lotus. Bringing in the green. Through the petals. So we bring the gold into the core of that lotus, through the roots. We see perfect, healthy, crystalline shine. As we begin to see the golden arc forming through the lotus, connecting to Tibet. There's a monastery. I think it is the Himalayan mountains, I think. With the lotus opening here, connecting from Egypt to Tibet. So we stream through the ruby light, and the blue sapphire. Anchoring into the base of the mountains through this monastery, where we find a seal drawn upon the floor. Many inversions drawn upon the seal. Something that was once divine, tainted, we see the ruby and the blue sapphire begin to make corrections as it builds into the body of the Venus de Milo, the divine feminine. Absorbing the light. resurrecting the divine feminine, Christ consciousness of the Magdalene order. Around the seal, doorways and arcs begin to rise as the light influx opens. Light of the celestials, of the source angelic, of the one, begin to shine onto the body of the Venus. Her outer shell begins to crack and smash, revealing the true expression of the feminine in the highest love. Reclaiming the territory for the feminine to rise. The arcs begin to join through the territories into the golden grids of the earth. Kia dorosnos not po hotayanam shatai, kia hoto oyeshistia, ha ho koch kototayana ish. As she stands in her power, in the temple of Sekhmet, she moves to the masculine, and pours from her crystal jug the light of love over the masculine. As he releases the distortions from the love of the distorted masculine. As they stand before the sunset of the horizon of divine intervention, the light of the sun entering their beings, reviving through the Christ consciousness. And from the event horizon, the deliverance of the pink, of the peach, of the yellow, into the being. as they exchange their holy sacred vows and the rings of union. They take seat, blowing on a dandelion as the seeds float, seeding genesis and new life within the fields. Can take this scene and integrate through the solar plex, feeling love in the heart as we root everything done today through the solar plex, through the heart, into the pineal gland, updating localized grids, updating field point references, updating scopes. Nikia doros nos no opo ayene, sikia hoshnai sam nama achakiene, te kierush nos no topoyana atayene, ti kia hushno oyanam, ta hiris nisniatia hotoras, shuk kokoyene etipi atoras noi, samlala atiaras nasna atiam tantanos no ukipoho o naine. Coming into the source origin, we can begin to stream the gold through the fields, through the master field. Looks like a loaf of bread, stood on top of it, each other. Streaming through the gold and seeing that release out through the mandala, the 0 point. And the same through the origins of your being. I'm going ahead and sealing with gold. And when you are ready, you can bring yourselves back around. Thank you, everyone.